What if I were to tell you that there is a whole other world at your fingertips that you could be a part of at this very moment? A world where you and your friends can slay dragons without a care. Would that be something you might be interested in? Well, good news. That world does exist. It is the world of Warcraft. A lot of the time, people need a short getaway from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. For many of us, one such escape is video games. One video game in particular provides a complex and intricate getaway from human life that mirrors the real world. According to ScreenRant.com, every day 4.5 million people log into World of Warcraft. I come to you all today to explain some of the reasons that might be the case. World of Warcraft, known as WoW for short, is a very popular video game that contains a large array from features and activities. The interactions between real-life people that take place within the bounds of this game can teach valuable life lessons and improve your skills as a communicator. I've been an avid World of Warcraft player for the last several years, and I've played many other MMORPGs as well. Playing video games has been an important pastime for me for most of my life. Throughout the time I've been playing WoW, I've learned a lot about what there is to know about the game. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the different dynamics that take place within the game of WoW within the categories of player versus environment, player versus player, economics, and the guild. The first area of World of Warcraft that must be discussed is the player versus environment aspect. This game takes place in a make-believe world called Azeroth. Azeroth is a land of great cities and wilderness areas where there are many threats to the safety of your personal avatar. Defending yourself against these threats is known as PvE, player versus environment. The first aspect of player versus environment that you'll come across in the game is leveling. This is the process in which you complete quests and slay computerized monsters to gain experience and bolster the strength of your player until you reach the maximum level, and then you'll be ready to really play the game. Another important area of PvE are the dungeons and the raids. A dungeon is an instance in the game that is cut off from the rest of Azeroth, where there are especially strong foes that you and 4 friends will slay in order to gain experience or get valuable gear for your player. Raids are a similar concept, except on a larger scale. The enemies you will face in raids are of a much stronger variety, and you will need between 15 and 40 friends to slay them. The second aspect of the game is player versus player. In World of Warcraft, one of the mechanics of the game is the 2 warring factions, the Alliance and the Horde. Depending on which you choose, you will be pitted against players of the other faction in an all-out battle for Azeroth, and this is PvP. I play on the Horde. My character is an orc. You can also choose to participate in combat against your own faction if you so choose. The first area of PvP takes place in the open world of Azeroth between the 2 factions. Another style of PvP takes place within the battlegrounds and the arenas. The battlegrounds take place with 5 to 15 against 5 to 15 of the 2 factions that you will wait for in a queue and battle for supremacy. The arenas, you will have 2 or 3 friends with you to fight players of the opposing factions with the same objective. The third aspect of the game we need to talk about is economics. World of Warcraft has a complex economy where you can buy and sell things to computerized vendors as well as other players. The game runs on a currency of gold, and if you do not have it, it is very difficult to play. It has changed a bit, but in the golden age of the game, one would have to spend copious amounts of time farming for gold. This usually consists of killing monsters and selling the goods that you find on the auction house. The auction house is a place where you can buy and sell things you find or farm in the open world as well as in dungeons and raids. Now that I've told you all about the in-game mechanics, I want to speak a little bit about the social aspect of the game, the guild. The last important aspect to inform you about is the guild. A guild is a title that hangs below your character that represents the group of friends you play the game with. Some guilds have been playing together for many years. Player versus environment and player versus player gameplay usually consists and takes place with the players in your guild. There is an in-game chat that only you and your other members can see where bonds are formed and friendships are fostered. This is one of the most unique and impactful aspects of the game that has made it so popular. In conclusion, there are a lot of things to do in this game and a lot of people have poured a lot of time into it. Perhaps the greatest reason for this level of dedication and engagement is the social bonds that are formed within the game. We all have different things we like to do in our free time that help us relax. For me and millions of others, this thing is World of Warcraft. Whether it be in dungeons and raids, honing our skills against other players, or farming materials to sell in the auction house, this game has been an awesome outlet for people trying to catch a break from the woes of everyday life. Thank you.